What's up, guys? We got a big storm here already. I've been playing for a bit, but oh my god, the rotation is huge. I gotta get over to Pryor. 'Cause if you look, it's heading directly for Pryor. Got some Dopplers. Oh my god, there's the funnel! Alright, we gotta go. All this damage is better be crazy. That is
The National Weather Service in Hazleton has issued a tornado warning for Medina County in north-central Keysota, Cherokee County in north-central Keysota,
I don't think there
Beltrami
is.
County in north-central Keysota. Doppler radar indicated a tornado on the ground near Hiram. Doppler radar showed this tornado moving east at 40 miles per hour. Locations impacted include Sneed, Hiram, Nateville. Heavy rainfall may hide this tornado, making it extremely difficult to see. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. Take cover now. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
I can only go 65 on this. The truck from the Twisted movie. That thing has off-road tires. So much money from that tornado. Well, I'm going to the other tornado. That thing is a wedge. Where am I right now? I'm at the edge of the map. Let's get it. Get this thing. So late. I'm gonna die. Don't tell me it's dissipating, not now. I'm so close. It's gonna hit it again. Go back. I need to go back to Hazleton. I can't believe I missed that wedge of a tornado. We need to go here. We do not have the best footing. Dang, 30% of our gas is just gone. We're in like 2K today, so that's good. Over a quarter of the way to our goal, which is 100,000. So I'm gonna. We could actually intercept tornadoes instead of just going under them and not dying. Wait, what is that the rotation? Oh god, power flashes? Oh my, oh god, that other tornado. Ooh. Learned a lot from this one though, we don't want to be too greedy. Don't want to die going over there. There's still rotation in this thing? Oh no, it disappeared. Yeah, I'm too far away from that thing. Near the edge of the map. I can't really go up from there. Okay. I can't believe I followed this road for so long. What the tree just fell down by itself? This town was devastated. I need to go see what happened here. I saw a house just getting ripped apart. Oh my god. That is insane. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna stop here for the night. I'm gonna take a break for a sec. See you guys in a couple minutes. is the rotation near here? I just got back.
The National Weather Service in Hazleton has issued a tornado.
Please don't form a tornado.
Central Keysota. National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Elma, moving southeast at
Why am I the... Oh my god, there is a tornado.
Elma, Prior Lake. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see or confirm at night. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. The safest place to be during a tornado is in a basement. Get under a workbench or other piece of sturdy furniture. If no basement is available, seek shelter on the lowest floor of the building in an interior hallway or room such as a closet. Use blankets or pillows to cover your body, and always stay away from windows. If in mobile homes or vehicles, evacuate them and get inside a substantial shelter. If no shelter is available, lie flat in the nearest ditch or other low spot. In addition, trained weather spotters have reported a funnel cloud storm. Heavy rainfall may hide this tornado, making it extremely difficult to see. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now.
What is this thing?
The National Weather Service in Hazleton has issued a tornado warning for Wadena County, North Central Keysota, Cherokee County, North Central Keysota, Beltrami County, North Central Keysota. National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Elma, moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. Locations impacted include Knittville, Elma. Tornadoes are extremely difficult to see or confirm at night. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now. The safest place to be during a tornado is in a basement. Get under a workbench or other piece of sturdy furniture. If no basement is available, seek shelter on the lowest floor of the building in an Use blankets or pillows to cover your body, and always stay away from windows. If in mobile homes or vehicles, evacuate them and get inside a substantial shelter. If no shelter is available, lie flat in the nearest ditch or otherwise spot and cover your head with your hands. Heavy rainfall may hide this tornado, making it extremely difficult to see. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Take cover now.
There's a ton of people at this gas station. How do people get their cars up there? I don't understand. Just need to refill my gas real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I had my mic muted. Oh, I'm at 30,000. Just let me in the fucking building. Oh, it's not that hard. How the hell did he get a car on top of that, bro? Let me out! There's somebody in the car. Okay, you know what, there. Just let me in the fucking... I think I have to move my car. Sure, yeah. Sure, yeah. Can you fucking stop being a bitch? Just open the fucking garage! Alright, I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. You know, guys, let's... If there's any storms happening right now, it's mounted. Okay, man. Wait, hitting. You know, guys, let's move over to our second game of the day. SCP Roleplay. go pick some blocks, friends.
Started back school, what is it, like 2 weeks?
I don't want to watch this BS.
He's considered as the weakest hunter in the world, but after almost dying in a dungeon, he gains the unique and they were immune to conventional weapons, so humanity struggled against them, but a group of humans awakened special. He's considered as the weakest hunter in the world, but after almost dying in a dungeon, he gains the unique ability to level up, which allows him to become the strongest. 10 years earlier, mysterious gates started appearing all over the world, releasing countless monsters, and they were immune to conventional weapons, so humanity struggled against them. But a group of humans awakened special powers, allowing them to defeat the monsters, and they became known as the Hunters. They're given rankings based on their abilities, and we learn that once their powers awaken, it's impossible for them to level up, so the only way for them to get stronger is to upgrade their equipment. We see a hunter named Kim as a man named Park approaches him, revealing that his wife is pregnant, so he needs to make money by raiding the dungeon. They notice a boy named Jinwoo approaching, and everyone greets him, as Park wonders if he's someone important. But we learn that he's only a ranking hunter, and he's considered as the weakest because he was almost killed while trying to clear the easiest dungeon. A girl named Julie approaches him, wondering what happened to his face. So he explains that he got injured while raiding a ranking dungeon because there was no healer in their party, saying his companions were so strong that they didn't need one. Julie thinks they're selfish. He blames himself for being weak, saying he's used to being treated as a burden. The leader Song-chi calls them for a meeting, and everyone is glad to work with him because he's known as a capable hunter. They're about to enter the gate as Kim tells Jinwoo to be careful, thinking we learn that he's using a generic knife as his weapon because that's all he can afford, but he's determined to succeed, and he enters the gate. We meet the chairman Denyi as he reveals that hunters make profit by selling essence stones, monsters, and they're considered as valuable resources because they can be used to craft powerful equipment. He adds that mana crystals can also be obtained in the dungeon, and they serve the same purpose, but they're not as potent as the stones. The government plans to use the stones and crystals as a new power source because they're incredibly efficient and they don't pollute the atmosphere. We return to Jinwoo as he uses his first essence stone, but a goblin attacks him, so he tries to fight back, but his knife shatters, and he ends up getting stabbed. Park kills the goblin, and Julie helps Jinwoo, who watches as their companions defeat the monsters. They're able to defeat the dungeon boss, and everyone celebrates, but Julie wonders why Jinwoo is still a hunter, saying she's worried about him. They collect him, but they appear to be disappointed, thinking it's nothing, but a hunter calls everyone, showing them a tunnel, as they realize that it's a double dungeon. They know they will find more loot inside, but Song-chi reveals that they can't explore it, because they need to wait for orders from the hunters. Liam suggests breaking the rules, so that they can collect the loot. Song-chi thinks it's too risky, saying they should take a vote, but half of them oppose the idea. And he's going to break the time, so he realizes that his decision is going to affect the outcome. He considers that he could end up dying, but he thinks about his current situation, knowing his father is missing and his mother is in the hospital. His sister can't help him because she's still a student, so it's up to him to provide for her. To make ends meet, so he decides to enter the battle. The officials are testing the powers of the new hunters to determine their rankings. We meet the guildmaster of the Hunters Guild Choi as he orders the officials to send hunters because they need more hunters in the guild. We see thieves stealing a bag, and they're about to escape, but a girl gets in the way, retrieving the bag, and causing them to crash. She returns it to the owner, and everyone recognizes her as the best ranger. She doesn't like getting the public's attention, so she escapes from the scene. Back in the dungeon, the hunters explore the tunnel, as Julie questions Jimmy's decision, reminding him that he almost died. He knows that she saved his life, and she tells him to show his gratitude by having dinner with her, causing him to become flustered. At that moment, they see a door, thinking the boss must be inside. But as they enter it, they realize that it's filled with statues, and Jinwoo sees one of them, realizing that it's bigger than the others, as everyone wonders why there are no monsters. they see an ancient tablet, which mentions the commandments of the temple, and Song-Chi reads it, revealing that it's telling them to worship and praise God, and prove their faith to Him, or they won't be able to leave the room alive. But Jui notes that the huge statue appears to be watching them, and the door suddenly closes, causing everyone to panic. A hunter tries to leave, saying they shouldn't have entered the tunnel, but a statue attacks him, killing him in an instant, and everyone falls into despair, wondering how they're supposed to escape. Jinwoo thinks that the statues are too strong to be in a D-rank dungeon, and he looks at the huge statue, realizing that it's watching them. He recalls how he always has a brush with death during his raids because he can't keep up with the other hunters. But he never gave up, and he learned to compensate for his weakness by observing everything in detail. He can tell that they're in trouble, so he tells everyone to take cover as the statue fires an energy beam, destroying everything in its path. Everyone realizes that their lives are in danger, and Song-Chi tells everyone not to move because it could trigger another attack. He approaches Jinwoo, wondering how he was able to sense the danger. He explains that it was just a gut feeling, but he realizes that Song-Chi lost his arm, and he tells Jinwoo to help him stop the bleeding. So Jinwoo covers him with bandages, as he mentions that he was planning to ask for Jui's help. But she always freaks out when she experiences pressure, and this explains why she only joins easy raids, despite being a B-rank healer. Song-Chi explains that he's been to B-rank dungeons, but he's never seen a monster as powerful as the statue, thinking it belongs to an S-rank dungeon. He recalls the commandments written on the tablet, and Jinwoo thinks that the huge statue is God. Song-Chi knows that they're no match for it, so they need to find a way to escape. But a hunter mentions that he doesn't want to die, and he charges forward with ridiculous speed, but the statue attacks him, destroying him in an instant. Jinwoo realizes that it can kill them if it wanted to, wondering why it isn't attacking them. He recalls the writing on the tablet, asking Song-Chi about it, so he mentions that the first commandment is to worship God. Jinwoo thinks that the dungeon has its own rules, and he stands up, as Song-Chi tries to stop him, thinking he could get himself killed. But Song-Chi realizes that he's determined to survive, and the statue of God prepares to attack him, but he bows his head, as he notes that it's spared his life. So he tells everyone to prostrate themselves, saying it won't attack them if they keep their heads low. They follow his instructions, and the statue's eyes deactivate, but it suddenly starts smiling, so everyone becomes worried. But Park notes that it isn't doing anything, and everyone thinks they're safe. But it suddenly starts moving, walking towards them as they start to panic. Jinwoo reminds them that the second commandment is to praise God, and a man approaches the statue, claiming he knows what to do. He starts reciting a prayer, but it smiles at him as Jinwoo realizes that his plan isn't working. He gets crushed to death, and everyone starts running away as it chases after them. Park thinks about his family, knowing they're waiting for him to return, but he approaches a statue, and it starts moving, slicing him in half. Jinwoo thinks about the second commandment, realizing that the statues with weapons are killing his companions, and he sees statues with instruments, thinking they need to be activated, so he tells everyone to approach them. They follow his instructions, and the statues start playing the instruments, causing them to feel relieved, because their lives have been spared. Jinwoo approaches a statue with Jui, but it doesn't activate, and he realizes that it won't work if there are two people close to it. So he tells Jui to stay there, and he runs to activate the last one, but the statue of God starts pursuing him. It's about to crush him to death, and he manages to avoid it, but he gets blown away, activating another statue by accident. It attacks him, smashing the ground, and Jui thinks he's dead, but we see him crawling to the last one, refusing to give up, as the statue of God continues to pursue him. It stomps on him, but the last statue starts singing, and we see that he was able to activate it. So the statue of God spares him, returning to its throne, as he realizes that they have completed the second commandment. Jui approaches him, but she realizes that he lost his leg, so she tries to heal him, but she ends up reaching her limit. Everyone realizes that their companions are dead, and Kim blames Song-Chi for everything, because he's the leader of the group. Their companions think Kim is being unfair, because he suggested breaking the rules, and they start blaming each other. But Song-Chi takes responsibility, because he was the one who made the final call. An altar suddenly appears, as Jinwoo explains that the third commandment is to prove their faith to God, thinking they need to perform a human sacrifice to survive. Kim tells Song-chi to offer his life because he's the leader of the group, and he agrees to this, so he approaches the altar. But a fire suddenly appears, so everyone becomes confused, and Jin-woo tells them to help him reach the altar because he wants to examine it. As they approach it, more flames appear, and Jin-woo wonders if anyone will arrive to rescue them. But Song-chi explains that the gate is about to fully open, so nobody will be able to save them. We learn that a gate remains inactive for 7 days after it appears, but after that period, monsters will be able to enter the world in what's known as a dungeon break. So hunters are sent into the gate to prevent it from happening by defeating the dungeon boss, and Jin-woo realizes that if they fail, the statue of God will be able to enter their world, so they need to clear the dungeon at all costs. He advises everyone to approach the altar, and more flames appear as the altar activates, causing a ring of blue flames to surround it. The door opens, as everyone wonders if they can leave, but the statues start moving as a blue flame disappears. Everyone panics, but Jin-woo notes that the statues stop when he looks at them, and he tells everyone to keep their eyes open so that the statues won't be able to move. It appears to be working, but one of them panics, and she starts running away, causing a red flame to disappear. She manages to leave the room, and everyone wonders what's happening, because the commandment is to prove their faith. Jin-woo thinks it's a trap, but another one runs away, so he warns the others that they will have blind spots if more people leave. He thinks the blue flames serve as the timer, and the goal is to survive until they disappear, but Kim knows he isn't sure, because he has no evidence to support his theory. Kim thanks him for helping them survive, but he mentions that he has a family waiting for him, and he decides to run away. Jin-woo realizes that they can't stop all of the statues, and Song-chi tells Jui to escape with Jin-woo, but her legs stop moving because she has already spent all of her energy. So Jin-woo tells Song-chi to escape with her, saying he won't be able to run away because he only has one leg, and he gives her an essence stone, telling her to use it to buy dinner. She doesn't want to leave him, but Song-chi knocks her out and carries her away. Jin-woo is the only one left, knowing he doesn't stand a chance, but he takes a sword, planning to fight until his last breath. But the statues attack him, blowing him away, and he ends up losing an arm. He endures a brutal beatdown, and he lands on the altar as a statue prepares to strike him down. He notes that he doesn't want to die, so he starts crying, but the timer expires as he receives a system message asking him if he wants to become a player. He wakes up in a hospital, realizing that his body has been completely healed. He wonders if it was just a dream, but the manager of the Hunters Association surveillance team, Jin-chul, enters his room. Jin-chul explains that he was unconscious for the past 3 days, and he wonders what happened to Jui and Song-chi. Jin-chul reveals that they survived, but Song-chi lost his arm, so he might be forced to retire as a hunter, and Jui is suffering from trauma, so she needs psychiatric care before she can join another raid. He reveals that the White Tiger Guild rushed to the dungeon because they were alerted by the survivors, but they never saw the statues, and Jin-woo was found lying on the ground. Everyone finds this strange, but they believe that the survivors are telling the truth because the remains of the other hunters were found on the scene. Jin-chul thinks that an E-ranked hunter could never survive the incident, so he believes that Jin-woo unlocked a new level of power through his second awakening. He pulls out a gadget, explaining that it will measure Jin-woo's magic, and he becomes excited, thinking he has become stronger. But as he touches it, we see that his score is 10, which is considered abysmal, because even the weakest hunters get a score of 70. So Jin-chul explains that they were mistaken, and they leave the room, thinking he's as weak as a civilian. Jin-woo is disappointed with the result, but he wonders why they didn't inquire about the screen, because he can see it floating in his room. He wonders if he's the only one who can see it, and at that moment, his sister Gina arrives, revealing that she was worried about him. She tells him that she will quit school and get a job so that he can stop being a hunter because he always ends up in the hospital. He apologizes for making her worried, and he inquires about the screen, but she becomes confused because she can't see it. He asks her how she checks her messages in video games, and she tells him that he just needs to open the message box. So he mentions the message box, and the system recognizes his command, informing him that he has a daily quest. He thinks about how he has become a player, and Gina decides to let him rest as he reads his notifications, realizing that the system is designed to assist him, but he will receive a penalty if he fails to comply. He accepts the daily quest, and the system gives him a simple workout routine, warning him that he will receive a penalty if he fails. But Jinwoo thinks it's impossible to complete it because he's still in the hospital, so he decides to take a nap. Meanwhile, Jinchul reports to Gunyi, informing him that Jinwoo didn't undergo a second awakening. Gunyi mentions that the case is full of mysteries, thinking there's still much they need to learn about dungeons, so they decide to label it as a special case, which will require further evaluation. Choi orders Haein to become the instructor in a B-rank raid, saying it will serve as practical training for the new recruits. She thinks she isn't fit for the role, but he tells her that she just needs to fight, and everyone will learn from her example. Choi reveals that the Hunters Guild is one of the largest in the country, but they're nothing compared to the best guilds in the world. He knows that a hunter's rank can't be changed, but he thinks they can improve by working on their combat abilities. Jinwoo is sleeping on his bed, but the timer for the quest expires, and the system informs him that he has failed his quest. So the ground starts shaking, causing him to wake up, and he finds himself in the middle of the desert, wondering if he's dreaming. But he encounters a giant centipede, as the system tells him to survive for 4 hours, so he panics and he starts running away as the monster chases after him. But more centipedes appear, and he eventually becomes exhausted. He's about to get eaten, but the timer expires, so he returns to the hospital as the system informs him that he has completed the penalty quest. But he ends up collapsing, and the nurses enter his room, wondering what happened to him. We cut to Jui, as she's invited to join a D-rank raid, but she declines because she still hasn't recovered. She learns that Jinwoo is in the hospital, so she decides to visit him, but she hears the nurses complaining about his behavior, thinking he's insane because he just recovered, but he never stops training. Jinwoo takes a break, and we learn that every time he completes a daily quest, his body fully recovers, and he gains ability points, which he can use to increase his stats. We learn that he has an inventory screen, and he can learn skills, but he thinks his situation is weird, because he feels like he's playing a video game. He returns to his room, where he reveals that he gets a random loot box when he completes a daily quest. He opens it, causing a key to appear, as the system mentions that he can use it to access an instance dungeon in a subway. He becomes confused, because he doesn't know what an instance dungeon is, but he thinks the key will lead him to an event, which can help him get stronger. Jinwoo visits his mother in the hospital, and in a flashback from 4 years ago, his mother suddenly collapses, so they take her to the doctor. He explains that she's suffering from a rare condition known as the eternal sleep disease, which came into existence when the gates appeared. It's caused by continual exposure to mana, but it's incurable, so they decide to put her on life support. Jinwoo needs money to make ends meet, so he starts working at a construction site, but he suddenly awakens his powers, and he becomes qualified to work as a hunter. He becomes excited, knowing his life is about to change, but he realizes that he's so weak that he can't even defeat a goblin, and the other hunters look down on him, seeing him as a burden. Back in the present, Jinwoo continues his training, and he increases his strength. He heads to the subway, and he takes his key, using it to unlock the instance dungeon. He decides to enter it, thinking he can run away if it gets too dangerous, but the exit suddenly closes, as the system informs him that the only way to escape the dungeon is to defeat the boss, or use a teleportation stone. But he realizes he's in trouble, because he isn't sure if he can survive on his own. Jinwoo decides to explore the dungeon, and 3 goblins suddenly appear. He struggles to keep up with their movements, and he falls to the ground, as a goblin tries to stab him, but he dodges, and he launches a counterattack, killing the goblin in 1 hit. The others continue to attack him, but he easily defeats them, as he notes that he has become stronger. But a wolf suddenly appears, and it charges at him, shattering his knife. He realizes that it's stronger than the goblins, and his legs start trembling, as he realizes that he's afraid. The wolf charges in, and it manages to scratch him, as he notes that he has no healer, so he's going to die if he suffers a fatal injury. He evades the wolf's attacks, as he notices that his body feels lighter than usual, and he manages to overcome his fear. He punches with all his might, knocking the wolf down, and he realizes that he was able to hurt it, because he focused on improving his strength. But the wolf recovers, and it lunges at him, so he tries to stop it with his fists, but he realizes that his attacks are working. so he starts running away, thinking he doesn't stand a chance because he has no weapon. But at that moment, he recalls that he saw something in his inventory, so he opens it, and he takes a magic sword, as the wolf lunges at him, but he attacks it, slicing it in half. He wonders why he has the sword in his inventory, because he knows that it belongs to Kim, and it's too expensive for him to afford. But he decides not to think about it, and he notes that his wounds have healed, but 2 more wolves appear, as he realizes that his sword is stuck in the ground. So Jinwoo starts to panic, but as the wolves approach him, he manages to lift it, and he takes a swing, but the wolf is able to catch it, so he kicks it, causing it to weaken its grip, and he slices its head off. Seeing this, the other wolf decides to retreat, and as he rests, he realizes that he has reached level 2. He notes that he never leveled up by completing quests, so he realizes that actual combat allows him to gain experience. He notices that all of his stats have increased, thinking it's more efficient to get stronger by leveling up, because he acquires 5 points with each level, while the daily quests only give him 3 points. But Jinwoo realizes that he just defeated 5 monsters, thinking he shouldn't get carried away, and he checks for magic gems, but he finds an item instead. The system tells him that he found a shop, and he tries to buy something, but he realizes that he can't, because his level is too low. He decides to sell the item, allowing him to earn 20 gold, but he wonders how much it's worth in cash, thinking it isn't much, because he appears to be in an E-rank dungeon. He wonders how he can clear the dungeon, because he doesn't know where to find the teleportation stone, and he thinks he isn't strong enough to defeat the boss. But he thinks he might stand a chance if he continues to level up, and he encounters a pack of wolves, but he isn't afraid of them. He charges in, swinging his blade, and killing them as they approach him. He ends up getting surrounded, but he isn't bothered, and he slaughters all of them, allowing him to level up. Jinwoo realizes that his sword is about to break, but he knows that weapons are expendable, and he's glad that the fight is over. He checks his inventory, and he realizes that he has already acquired the teleportation stone. But he decides to stay in the dungeon, because he wants to defeat the monsters to get stronger, thinking they will disappear if he teleports away. Jinwoo heads deeper into the dungeon, slaughtering the monsters along the way, as he notes that his battles are becoming easier. We learn that he can assess a monster's level by looking at the color of its name. The monsters with white names are weaker than him, while the ones with red names are stronger. He knows he's making progress, because the wolves used to have a red name, but now it's white. He senses the presence of the boss, and he isn't sure if he can defeat it, but he decides to fight it anyways. He reaches a swamp, and he sees a creature charging at him with incredible speed. He tries to block, but he gets knocked back, and he realizes that his sword is broken. A huge serpent appears, as Jinwoo notes that its name is Orange, so it has the same level as him, and he realizes that its body is covered in scales, so his sword is useless against it. It tries to attack him, and he manages to dodge, but he wonders how he can defeat it. It starts pursuing him, and he struggles to avoid its attacks, but it hits him with its tail, blowing him away. A train is about to crash into him, so he dashes away, and he barely manages to avoid it. He thinks he still isn't strong enough, wondering how hard he has to work to escape his life of constant ridicule. He continues to struggle against the serpent, as he recalls that he's considered as the weakest hunter in the world, thinking the weak are always powerless against the strong, so he's determined to become stronger. He charges at the serpent, evading its attack, and plunging his sword into its scales. It tries to attack him, but he avoids it, and he leaps into the air, as the serpent tries to eat him. But he suddenly disappears, and the serpent realizes that he's clinging to its body. Jinwoo uses his strength to crush its scales, and it appears
It's so easy. Wow, 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 wow. What is up right now? I say hello? Money, money, money. Time for me to say. This is how the funerals. What? This is how the funeral. The funeral. Yeah, I'm gonna skibidi on that river scissors scene. Right.